So friends and family, they're really great, right? They're the only people on this planet that you can entirely treat like garbage, and it's acceptable. What I don't understand about it, though, is that people will say that the closer your relationship is, the more you can tease, the more you can harass, which I think is pretty true, because my little brother, I've known him for my whole entire life. We're really tight. I don't even remember his first name anymore, because I've been calling him dumbass his whole entire life. And then the person that I despise more than anybody on this planet, the worst thing that he and I have ever done to each other is simply exchange a couple of harsh words. But my best friends, oh, God forbid, any of us would fall asleep in a house that had a Sharpie. The things that we had drawn on each other's face were disgusting. What I don't understand too is if I sign up for a gym or anything that asks me to put my emergency contact information, I've always been confused by that question because I would put 911. I figured if I got injured somewhere, I would like us to get medical attention and not just get a bunch of dicks drawn on my face. And then the pranks that we used to do to each other were sadistic. I mean, they're borderline terrorist acts. The only time I've ever been stuffed in the trunk of a car, I wasn't being kidnapped. That was my best friends. I was no saint. I used to do the same thing. I shaved my buddy's head when he had fallen asleep once. He was pissed. He promised me that he would return the favor someday. I thought I figured out the loophole and I just did it to myself. He tells me that he would make sure that he would return that favor, but not to me. It would be to whatever girl I've seen at the time. Right? So I ended up having to travel 2 states away just so I could get a dating life back. It's messed up. So, and also, if you're ever going to be considering crossing over state lines, I really recommend you look into some of the laws because there's some really strange local laws out there. For instance, did you know that it is illegal to have anal and oral sex in 12 states, and not just if it's done in that order? I don't know about you guys out there, but I have a couple ex-girlfriends that they found out about that law, they moved there in a heartbeat. Way out of that favor. And then in South Dakota, if you have an erection in public, it is also illegal. Coincidentally, every single teenage boy that enters high school has a criminal record. If you're thinking about visiting Texas, you should know that they have a legal limit to how many vibrators you can have. 6 vibrators, totally illegal. Any more than that, you get the chair. But I don't understand what's strangest about that most. I don't know if it's strange that the politicians are putting a legal limit to how many vibrators somebody can have. Well, what are you supposed to do with your old ones if you want to trade in for a newer model? I suspect they have some kind of recycling program out there. Maybe they melt them down, turn them into some tires or something. Everybody in Texas is driving around on rainbows. Great, right? Unless you drove an electric car. Because then, the moment you turn your car on, the whole entire thing would start vibrating. Maybe that's all.
Woo!
Tim Marsh, he knows a lot about vibrators. Keep it going for your next meeting, everyone.